everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and today I have another process video for you. This is one that I just made for myself, just for fun, and I was using my June Chamel Best of Both Worlds kit, and she had included a stencil in the kit. I did not purchase that stencil. I used a stencil that I already had at home in my stash that I needed to use. It's from 49 and Market, and it didn't say like what the design was on the packaging, but it's sort of like an arrow design. I'm not sure if they still make it, but anyway, I'm going to be using 3 different ink pads to just ink the stamp and create kind of an arrowish background behind my photos and embellishments. And what I'm doing, because I'm using 3 different ink pads, that one, by the way, is an Ingrid Bolm ink stamper. I love them. I can't remember the color name of it. I don't have it in front of me right now. But next up, I'm going to be using a Hampton Art ink pad in some type of blue color. It actually looks more like a navy blue on the packaging, but it comes out more of like a true blue, I guess I would say. And that's fine. But I'm using 3 different colors of inks because I am going to coordinate all the embellishments. I have 3 photos, so I'm doing 3 colors of inks, and I'm going to be using embellishments that are all the same color as the ink. So where you see the pink, it's all going to be pink embellishments. And when I do the next blue color, it's going to be all blue embellishments. The last color is a teal color, and I'm also using an Ingrid Bolm ink stamper for that one. I think the color is like Island something. It's kind of a teal color. It's really pretty. And again, I love those ink stampers because they're just so easy to hold. I do like the daubers, though, a little bit better for this kind of thing, for using stamps, just because the circular shape of them makes it a little bit easier to get in the parts of the stamp where you want them and not the parts of the stamp where you don't want them. The Ingrid Bolm ones are like triangular shaped, and so I like them. I do like them. I like holding them. I like the way that they are made. Anyway, I don't use stamps that often, so I don't really care too much as long as I like the color and it's easy to hold. I have the Scrapbook.com stamp ink dauber things, and those are really nice too. And I like that the things are interchangeable, so that if you like use one color and you don't want to clean it right away because you're going to use another color, you just swap out the little stampy head thing. It's really cool. Anyway, what do you guys prefer for when you're doing stamping? And if you use inks a lot, what do you prefer to use? Let me know in the comments. So I've got that blue color done. That's going to be in the center. And then I'm trying to sort of let the stamp color dry just a smidge in between. So I'm cleaning off my stamp. You saw me use some baby wipes. I always have baby wipes on hand because you never know when your own hands are going to get a little messy and you need to quickly wipe them off before you spread ink all over your photos, and also to clean your tools. So I like using the baby wipes to clean off my stencils. I have done it before where I haven't cleaned my stencil right away and they get discolored, they get like icky and gooey and sticky. So definitely clean your stencils, please, please, please. And baby wipes are easy to have on hand. So these photos, I have 3 photos. I printed them off at Persnickety Prints, and I think I did them in a 3.5 by 5, and they ended up coming with a white border. I guess I didn't realize that I had selected that. I don't mind it. It's really cool, but you can also get them printed without having a white border. I know a lot of people who print their photos and always do a white border, and some people don't do it. I kind of go back and forth where I like the white border, but then other times, if I feel like I want to crop the photo down a little bit, getting it printed with a white border kind of defeats the purpose. So some of these photos, there's a little like sticky note covering it up. These are photos of my daughter in the bathtub. And I thought, you know what, maybe we shouldn't, maybe I just, for like privacy, you don't see much in the photos, but maybe I should just like cover up from the neck down just in case. So that's why I have those on there, just to kind of, for some privacy. But these are silly photos. She loves making videos and photos, and especially during bath time, we always make at least one video where she pretends to wash her toys. She watches a lot of YouTube and gets a lot of inspiration from other YouTubers playing with toys and doing unboxing videos, so she always wants to mimic what she sees those people doing. So these were just silly photos. She just liked making silly faces, and I thought, I should print them out. You know, they tell a story about who she is at this stage in her life. And so I didn't want to, you know, take the photos and just delete them. I said, I'll print some of these out because I have a lot. I'll print some of these out and just kind of, again, let the photos tell the story about who she is right now and what's going on in her life, what she likes to do. And yeah. So I was also inspired to do the sort of embellishments of all one color because I had these American Crafts Thickers phrases, the Happy Day collection, and there was a strip that said yes, no, maybe, and the yes was in pink, the no is in blue, and the maybe's in teal. And I thought, oh, that's kind of perfect for these weird photos. To create a title for them. And I thought, and since they were all a different color, I said, well, why don't I just find embellishments and do the ink stamping that matches those colors? So that was very helpful in kind of informing what I wanted to do with this. Because originally I was going to do something totally different. And I actually had a sketch all ready to go for these photos. And then I started running out of product. And so when you run out of product, you can't always do exactly what you had envisioned. So that's why I did the mixed media background and then just added some of that Paige Evans. Is it Bloom Street? There's some Paige Evans paper, and it's got, you know, the stripes of the patterns and everything. So I just used, you know, I had scraps of that. So I just used that along the edges of my paper. White Vicky Bouton paper, by the way, Vicky Bouton Foundations paper. And then I just did a design with my photos. I feel like I've done something similar like this before, and I definitely know that Cassie from Paper Issues does a lot of this type of thing, embellishments of the same color, kind of grouping things by color. So definitely go to the Paper Issues Friends and Fans Facebook group because she's got a lot of inspiration, especially if you're looking for different ways to use color. So I do have to give her some props for originally inspiring the whole idea, and then the American Crafts Stickers for inspiring the idea to do it with these 3 photos. Yeah, it's just silly. And what else, like the title, I could have come up with a different title, but I liked the yes, no, maybe because they're weird photos. I think it kind of goes with it, like, yes, we're having fun. That middle picture, she's kind of giving us a little smirk. And then the last one, I don't even know what she's doing. That's definitely a maybe. I have no idea. So the embellishments are all a mixture of some Simple Stories Sunkissed from the June Best of Both Worlds kit, some sequins from my stash, some Pink Fresh Studio that I think was from the May Best of Both Worlds kit. I'm putting in some very old Pink Fresh Studio, some Studio, maybe there's some Studio Tectorec on here. There's some maybe Tangerine Brave and Bold. Yeah, I had fun like going through all of my embellishments and pulling things that I thought were a good color match, and it had to make sense too. There were some things that I thought I could use, but I already had enough like word sticker phrases, and I didn't want to like do an overload. I wanted more of just the color, just solid color stuff. So I'm glad I have these sequins. I've had them in my stash since, well, I don't even know, since many stamp and scrapbook expos ago. And they really come in handy because I have a lot of different pinks. I have a lot of different blues. I still have old sequin mixes from when I was on the Cheeky Studio design team back in like 2018. So yeah, I have a lot of sequins and I really love using it. I really do. I stick it down with the glue dots. I think it adds such great shine and dimension. And here I'm just going to add a few more embellishments. Now that I have the sequins down, I'm just going to put a few extra stickers, just to kind of build out the embellishment clusters just a little bit more so that they're a little bit bigger. And it feels like I don't have excess white space. And that's pretty much going to be it. This was kind of a longer one just because the mixed media required a little bit longer to do. But I hope that you enjoyed watching this and that you stuck with me through it all and that it gave you some inspiration of how to use up your scraps, how to use stamps and ink pads that you might not have used in a long time. I'm going to finish this one up with some misting spray, of course, in coordinating colors, of course. Just be clear that the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide that I use at the very end, several hours later, I came back down to write the date on this photo and I smudged it. It hadn't dried yet. I was so upset. So it doesn't look as good as it does anymore in the close-ups because I smudged it. It didn't dry fast enough. But just keep that in mind. If you're using this misting spray, like let it dry overnight before you go back and do anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about what I'm doing and the products I'm using, leave those in the comments. And make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss out on another process video. Always on Tuesdays and a little bit more when I've got design team stuff going on. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.